Good morning, NFT fam. If you haven't been living under a rock lately, you probably already heard the word NFT getting thrown around a lot. You've probably seen some NFT punks, lions, or even apes. Well, I'm here to bring you a full guide for all the newbies out there in the NFT space, as well as some useful tips and tricks for those already here. So strap in and get ready for the ultimate NFT guide by MarketSquare. So let's break down what today's video is going to cover because we got a ton to get through. If you want to skip to a specific part, you can see the timestamps in the description below. And if the chapters works, you're going to see the chapters in the timeline of this video. So here's what we're going to be covering. What is an NFT? What is a blockchain, briefly? And what uses do NFTs have? And we're going to talk about what gas is and some tips and tricks on that, as well as some cool projects to check out. And hey, because I'm cool, I'm even going to show you how to use a web wallet. It's not hard. So with all that said, let's get into the video. So what is an NFT? Right. You've been hearing a lot about these NFTs all over the internet lately, but what on earth is one? Other than a 3-letter acronym you got to learn. Well, the official definition for an NFT is a non-fungible token, being a unit of data that's stored on a digital ledger called a blockchain that certifies a digital asset to be unique and therefore not interchangeable. That's where the non-fungible comes from. NFTs can be used to represent various things like photos, videos, certificates, in-game assets, pretty much anything under the sun. But let's break this down and help you understand a little bit more. Non-fungible. So this means that the token is more or less unique and it cannot be replaced by something else. For example, cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin and Ethereum, they are fungible because you can exchange Bitcoin or Ether for another currency or even swap different Bitcoins with other Bitcoins. That's what fungible comes from. So now that we've figured that part out, what's a blockchain? Well, a blockchain is an open and public network that is secure and extremely difficult to tamper with. Moreover, it allows for the existence and exchange of digital assets that aren't issued by central governments. So the blockchain is the technology that NFTs use. It's the infrastructure that NFTs operate on top of. And NFTs can be on different kinds of blockchains, not just one blockchain. Some of these blockchains are fast, high performance, and low energy usage. Other blockchains are slow, low performance, and use a lot of energy to secure those assets. So saying that NFTs are bad for the environment as a general statement, it just doesn't fly with me, all right? The more you learn, the more you realize it's more complicated than that. And there's lots of different options out there. So that's the definition of an NFT or non-fungible token. But I'm going to take a wild guess and suppose that I still have some more explaining to do because you're still watching, which is good. I'm glad you're watching, but clearly I need to go a little deeper into these NFTs. So let's talk about their uses. I mean, now that we understand what it is, what can you even really do with an NFT?
That, detective, is the right question.
NFTs have a vast amount of uses, but I would say that some are particularly standout use cases that we're going to go over right now, such as collectibles, access tokens, and gaming NFTs. These are, I would say, the big three. So a common theme that we see in the current NFT space is PFP, or profile picture projects. And that's a lot of P's. But usually you'll see a project come out with 8,000 to 10,000 images that can be used as a profile picture. And then people who mint those NFTs gain possession of those generative images. The entire process is carried out randomly, and the traits are assigned according to rarity factors. So it's not one image that the artist knew it was going to be like. It's actually the algorithm that generates it. So some great examples of this. Lazy Lions, great example. CryptoPunks, very famous and also great example. So next up, let's talk about NFTs as access tokens. So Get Protocol is actually one great example of an entity that employs this use case flawlessly. Get Protocol helps different organizations and event producers issue digital NFT tickets for their events in the form of real tickets that people can use to enter events, but also as collectibles or what they call digital twins to the analog tickets that you might buy from something like Ticketmaster. So NFTs are a great way to authenticate something, and concert tickets are constantly riddled with things like scalping, like terrible price situations, as well as counterfeiting is also a big thing. So NFTs work out really well in this access thing. So thirdly, gaming is a big use for NFTs. NFTs and gaming, match made in heaven. One of the main points here is that you can truly own your own really cool stuff in a digital world, and no one can take that away from you because you own them, because they're in NFT forms. So actually, there are a lot of games you can check out that utilize NFTs, and you can watch Spizzo streaming them on our sister channel, MarketSquare Gaming. Okay, right. So this next part of the video, you're gonna have to follow along very closely. So buckle up, get your wallet open, and just watch me get mine open. If I can do that, click, click, click. You're gonna need a Metamask wallet. That's a web-based wallet that interacts with your browser. You're gonna need some Ether, and you're gonna need an OpenSea account, which is a really popular marketplace to buy and sell NFTs. So to get yourself a Metamask wallet, you're gonna head over to metamask.io and follow the steps that they have laid out there. It's super easy. Barely an inconvenience. I love that guy. Ryan George, yo, best. So once you have your wallet set up, you're going to want to buy some Ether. So for all you crypto newbies out there who don't want to use an exchange, you can buy Ether directly inside MetaMask. Yes, it's a thing. You can just click on it and use MoonPay, and you can buy it. It's like easy peasy lemon squeezy. You're done. To mint or buy your first NFT, you're going to want to find a project you like, and there's plenty of them out there. We even feature daily discoveries on our blog that highlight really cool new projects that are entering the space. So you can check this out. It's really easy to do. MarketSquare, that's kind of like why we're here and stuff, to help you out. Tips and tricks. When you're looking for a project, you're going to want to focus on some key things. Like, for example, the artwork. Is it distinct? Is it memorable? Is it relatable? Is it cool? Focus on the community. How active are they? How united are they? Focus on the developers. Are they trustworthy, driven? Are they forward thinking? Are they innovating? Or are they just copy pasting? Lastly, focus on the roadmap. Is there a roadmap? If there is, how is the project expecting itself to grow and develop over time? What kind of cool surprises do they have planned for the future? That's what the roadmap is going to tell you. So for the purpose of this video, let's take a look at the Woodies as an example. The Woodies art, adorbs, totes adorbs. They're also surrounded by a strong community, hardworking developers, and a vast roadmap, which you can see right here on your screen. And while this is not financial advice, let's say in this hypothetical example of this newbie intro guide to NFTs, we want to pick up and buy one of these little guys. Because the mint process is no longer available for the Woodies, unless you hold one of the mint passports, you're going to have to visit the secondary market to purchase a Woody, aka OpenSea. So step one, you're going to go to their OpenSea and you're going to find a Woody that you like. And step two, you're going to click on the Woodies and click buy. Make sure you have the efficient amount of Ether in your wallet. And then step three, after you click buy, a small window will pop up. This will display the total amount of Ether that you are using to buy your NFT, as well as the gas fee. But wait a minute, what was that gas thing that was on there? Essentially, gas fees are the payments made by the users to compensate for the computing energy that's required to validate transactions and process things on the blockchain itself. The gas prices on the Ethereum native blockchain can vary drastically, and they're usually quite high. You can check what gas currently is at this etherscan.io/gas tracker. So now that we got that out of the way, if you're good with the current gas fees, and you're probably not, but if you're tolerating the current gas fees, you can see the NFT appear in your OpenSea wallet after you click buy. Pretty cool stuff. The blockchain did its thing, and you are now the proud owner of this NFT. Wahoo! Woohoo! Yahoo! All of those things. You know what? Pop! Confetti. Congrats, you. Now, before we wrap up this video, I'm going to drop you some quick fire tips and tricks. You ready? Never give anyone your private keys or seed phrases under any circumstances whatsoever. If MetaMask isn't working on Google Chrome, try Firefox. Be sure to always double check that you are on the project's official website or their official OpenSea collection page. And finally, the NFT world can be a scary place, filled with many bad scammers. Be sure to watch out for rug pulls, scams, phishing attempts. Don't fall for this. So that's it, y'all. That's everything you need to know. As an NFT beginner jumping into the space, if you need to go back and watch it again, I won't blame you. It also helps the algorithm. Share the video with a friend. Follow, like, subscribe. Bye.